This is Jim from Airstreamer. Campfires, highways, and good conversation. It's The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Are you reading a book, Chris?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be getting ready for the podcast.
I'm just doing a little light reading this morning.
Oh, okay. How's that going?
Good. Yeah. You want me to read it to you?
Sure.
All right. It says, Jane says, "Oh, Father, I cannot find Dick, and we cannot play. Help me, Father.
What?
Help me find Dick." Father said, "Look, Jane. Look, look, look. You can find Dick."
You're reading Dick and Jane books?
Yeah, it's called Fun with Dick and Jane. I can't put it down. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, Chris. Listener, buckle up. It's time for The Riveted.
With Chris and Gina and Dick and Jane.
Is this your first book, baby?
I'm on the third one. Listener, I'm the first to admit that I am not a voracious reader. But when I pick up a book, I want it to be like simple and easy to read.
Yes.
A quick read.
I think that was simple enough for you.
Yeah. And, I mean, there's lots of people that like read 2-3 books a month or something.
Oh.
And I'm just not one of those.
I think some people read like 1 or 2 a week.
Oh, that's way too much for me.
Yeah, I get it.
I could
You won't sit still long enough.
I could read through those Dick and Jane books pretty quick, though.
I don't know. It was pretty slow reading there.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to put some emphasis
Oh, was that what it was?
on the storyline.
Yeah. You're silly, Chris.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to be a fun episode.
It is, and it brings up a point here that, some stories don't end when the podcast does, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Like today.
Well, I mean, listener, if you're just checking this episode out without really having listened to our entire catalog,
Oh, shame on you! If you're doing that, shame on you.
Yeah, no, but what we're doing with this episode is revisiting with some of our riveted writers.
Oh, I like that. Riveted writers. I like that.
Yeah, we have had 5 authors, published authors, on our podcast over the past couple years.
Yes.
And we thought, since we chatted with them, and they've some of them have put out new books, some of them have done audiobook versions.
Well, some of them were just being released, like right about the time. So we just wanted to check in with them, and see how life's been. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's fun. So what the format of this episode is we have invited back the authors to chat with us again. A little short conversation, maybe 10, 15 minutes per author to check in, find out what's been going on. And we're going to have each of those on this episode. So you're going to get to hear from 4 of our 5 authors.
That's right.
And we're going to do it in
and that 5th one, they're going to have to hear from us.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
But we're going to do it in the order of which episode came first in our catalog.
Correct.
And so we hope you enjoy it because this was all Gina's brainstorm. It's perfect, awesome idea. Good job, honey.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Reach over and pat me on the back.
I will.
I'm just teasing.
But it's a fun idea. And
I think it's great, especially with international coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a while since we've talked to some of these. So it's just nice to because a lot of these authors are going to be at international.
Correct.
So this way it's just kind of reintroducing them to our listener so that they can go see them at international.
Yeah. Not only are they going to be at international, they're going to be in the vendor hall with a booth for their book.
Right. They can sign their books. You can just talk to them, ask questions. You can have photos taken with them, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Yep. And so it's going to be fun. We anything else we need to chat about before we dive in, Gina?
I don't guess. We can just start right off with our first one if you want.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we're going to start off with Bev Everly. She was on episode number 26 of The Riveted with Chris and Gina. That was back on February 13th of 2025.
Boy, time flies.
Man, doesn't it though? Because it seems like we just talked to her. But
Well,
anyway.
I mean, episode 26, and here we are coming up, approaching 100 episodes.
I know. We're so close. But anyway, the last time we were talking to her, she had us laughing so hard about the adventures and stuff that she had written about. So
Adventures of a Shiny Hiney.
don't you just like saying that? I was leaving that for you.
The Trailer Trash Chronicles.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Awesome book.
Yeah, we have a Shiny Hiney.
Everybody does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we're going to have our first chat with her. So let's get started.
Listener, if you own an Airstream like we do, then you have a Shiny Hiney. And
that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that has an Airstream has a Shiny Hiney.
That's correct.
Including the guest we have on right now.
Yes.
And it's her books are some of the coolest titles I think I have ever seen from an Airstream author. And we're just excited to have her back on the podcast. She was on episode 26 back on February the 13th of 2025. Yeah. The episode was called The Silver Star. And her name is Bev Everly. Bev, welcome back to The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm not homeless anymore. We have our retirement rig now.
Yay! That's so exciting.
Yeah. So you really do have a Shiny Hiney.
Yeah,
we do. You know, this is our 5th one, but our first one was in 1976, and it's so exciting because we have another one, and it's, of course, it's not new. We don't like new. We like wooden inside.
Yeah.
So it's a 2002 classic 31 foot, and we are absolutely in love with it.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost vintage, like me.
Yeah. And you just celebrated an anniversary as well, right?
50 years.
Congratulations.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah. Now,
I hope we make it 50 years, baby.
Yeah. Well, you keep on. No, I'm just kidding. Well, okay. So since we've chatted with you last, obviously, you've written a second book. But before we get to that, I guess since you talked about your rig, the question I want to ask just right out of the gate is, has it already inspired you to write new stuff?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm actually working on my 3rd book right now. It's called The Silver Pact.
Oh.
And right after that, I'll be coming out with more silver linings, because the book that just came out is called Adventures of the Shiny Hiney. They all are.
Mm-hmm.
The Trailer Trash Chronicles, and then Silver Linings.
Right.
So Silver Linings 2 we're calling it More Silver Linings, will be out after the pact, the Silver Pact.
Very cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And so is it like just a little series that you're doing with it, or is it a continuation, or what?
Well, Adventures of a Shiny Hiney, the Trailer Trash Chronicles are a series, but they are not. They're not the same characters and the same stories and the same scenarios.
Okay.
The first one, The Silver Star, was about that person and her life and how she ended up in her Shiny Hiney.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Silver Linings is a totally different story with different characters. But there's so much involved in that particular book that it wasn't enough for one book. So I'm going to continue it with more Silver Linings and continue their story.
Okay, good.
But and that one's out and everyone's loving it. I took it to the Margaritaville rally in Texas at Crystal Beach, and they were just loving it. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And they're all asking, when are you gonna write more about this family? So,
well, that's a good thing, right?
It's a really good thing. I do this in each one of my books. I put a tease for the next one, just so people will say, hey, this is what's coming out next. So I've already put in the tease in Silver Linings for the Silver Pact. So I have to go ahead and complete that book and publish it, and then I'll put out more Silver Linings after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, your first book was what we chatted with you about back last year, and it was received very well, and everybody loved it. And I like how you're continuing on with that progression. And And the second book is already out. It came out earlier in the spring, or
it came out earlier in the spring, yes, and I've taken both of them out to these rallies that we're going to, but we'll be bringing with us to Minot. I'll have a booth in Minot at the vendor area, and
cool.
we'll be bringing with us. Yes, we'll be bringing with us the Silver Star, and we'll be bringing with us Silver Linings, and we'll be bringing with us some of the cool book bags. Have y'all seen those? Did you see those?
I saw a picture of them. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah. That's exciting.
Trailer trash, but extra. Yeah. We'll be bringing that and some other little odds and ends, but really excited about the response that we've had from the books, because even after the Margaritaville rally, I had people message me and say, I love these books. So that's real exciting and keeps me moving.
Yeah, that's great. Are you doing any writing in your Airstream?
That's what I was going to ask.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Absolutely. And I will continue to do that, especially while we're on the road. So my goal is our house is for sale. Our sticks and bricks is for sale. And we'll be hitting the road to as many rallies as we can go to, and I'll be writing it.
That's great.
During the whole time. Yeah, I have my own little desk and ready to go.
It just brings like a whole new meaning to the books when you're writing it from your Airstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
so.
Well, it's exciting to know that you're going to be in Minot. We're looking forward to seeing you there and meeting in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess you'll be there signing books and stuff for people in the vendor hall.
I will be. I was in the vendor hall signing autographs at Margaritaville and some of the other rallies that I've been to, and they love that. Someday that autograph might be worth millions.
Well, there you go. I like that.
Well, I was about to say you charge $20 for the autograph? Is that what it is? I think.
No, I don't charge anything. It's really funny. In fact, I always ask, do you want me to sign this for you? And they're like, well, of course.
Yes.
And then, I have some that bought books for other people, and they'll say, will you make this one out to so-and-so? And will you make this one out to so-and-so?
Yeah.
It makes me feel so good. I felt like Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, see, that's a great feeling, isn't it? I like that. Yeah.
So, tell us just a little snippet of the second book, like just a little backstory or whatever, just a little bit about the second book.
Okay, Silver Linings is about a young lady whose grandparent raised her, and she passed away. And so she hit the road with what she thought was her knight in shining armor. And, they went for about 6 to 8 months, and then they finally had enough of each other, and they stopped at a roadside diner and drive-in and ice house. We call them in Texas ice houses. And she went in to get a Coke, and when she came out, her trailer was unhitched. It was her trailer and his truck. Her trailer was unhitched, and she was sitting in the middle of a gravel parking lot with about $2.37 in her pocket.
Oh boy!
Oh.
And her granny's trailer. And what she discovered was that sometimes when you're dropped someplace, it's for the best. And she learned how to adapt to that and had a whole new family. She was a loner because she didn't have any family left after her granny passed away. So she learned how to adapt and how to find real love in a family that just adopted her. So it's really, there's a lot of characters in this book that are based loosely on some of my relatives and things that actually happened to our family that have taken on, this character's taken on some of those ideas and some of those experiences. So it's really, it really hits home a lot. And, the names have been changed to protect the innocent, but
That's cool.
It's really sweet. And it's, of course, all my books are not War and Peace. They're definitely what I would call a beach novel, but we don't call them beach novels. We call them Shiny Hiney novels because, you got a 3-day weekend and you're out in your trailer, and you want to read something that's not going to tax your mind or, that's not going to be real serious business. And they're just fun like that. And that's what all the comments that I've had from all of the readers have said. I just escaped in this book. It was so fun. So that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's the
great.
perfect book for the summertime, or early fall. I like that.
So Gina and I have that same arrangement. I own the truck and she owns the trailer. And I think there's possibly sometimes that Gina might want me to do that. Would you want me to just unhitch and
just
leave you there?
And go?
No,
and leave you there?
No, you can leave the truck.
But it's my truck and your trailer.
Well, they have buses and Ubers, honey.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a cool storyline.
Yeah, I like it.
And could only imagine how
the adventure goes. Yeah.
Yeah. And also like without even knowing anything else about it, like I could only imagine that trailer is somewhat of her lifeline.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
She has had it since she was a young child. Her granny signed it over to her when she was little. She used to have tea parties in it and such. And when her granny passed away, her granny was a beautician, and she did not want her to grow up standing behind a beautician's chair and, standing on her feet all the time. And it's hard work. And so she didn't want her to do that. She wanted her to go to college. And so she had always said, promise me you'll go to college. But the trailer was a whole nother situation that her granny bought it. And they went on a little adventure and with the young lady's mama. And that's a whole nother story. But it's just so multifaceted, this book is. And there's so many sweet stories in it, and there's a couple of tragedies in it too, but there's really some sweet stories, and I think our readers are really going to be involved in it. I was speaking to one of my customers the other day, and she was like, each chapter I didn't want to put it down, but each chapter it was just like a whole new adventure. So that's a real compliment.
That
really
is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yep. Well,
thank you. And if you guys, we'd love for you to follow me on Facebook, Adventures of a Shiny Hiney, the Trailer Trash Chronicles on Facebook. And I also have that on Instagram. And that way you can stay in touch and maybe get some little blurbs of the next one that's coming out. I'm so excited about the next one.
Oh, I like that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And then,
about the next book.
where is the best place for people to buy your current book plus this one? These two, are you?
Well, you can get them on Amazon, or you can get them on Barnes and Noble website. There's a couple of other ones out there, that are hawking it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But and I never know, because it's distributed by Amazon. I never know who else you can get it from, but you can get it worldwide.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep, neat.
No, that's wonderful. But we're going to put the information in the description too, so if the listener misses it, they can find it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Super.
Bev, we're so thrilled to have you back on the podcast. It's exciting to know that you found your Airstream. You're enjoying it. The writing is pouring out of you. You
love
got
it.
A couple books already under your belt. Got more coming. It's just like one of the passions of your life, right?
That's right. We're going to hit the road. Jean's going to sing, and I'm going to write. So
that's awesome.
That's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a great way to.
I can't wait to meet y'all in person.
I know.
I can't wait to meet y'all in person and hug you next.
Oh, that's going to be great. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
We look forward to that.
Well, you enjoy your summer and safe travels. We'll see you down the road in Minot, and thank you for giving us. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for giving us some time. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me. I can't wait to see you in person and see everybody out there at Minot, and hopefully they'll come by and check out my booth. Check out my books.
Very cool.
Yes.
All
right. Well, thank you, Bev, and we'll see you down the road.
Bye.
That lady, when I meet her in person, Gina, I know she's going to give me like a big Texas hug.
Is she?
She just sounds like one of those women that is just going to give you the biggest, most awesome hug ever.
Very authentic. I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have a cool lady that is, we're talking, solo traveler, epic adventurer. She wrote an amazing memoir. Her name's...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Her name's Angie Lee. She was on episode 30 from March 13th of 2025.
Yes. And her memoir was The Seasons That Shaped Me. And so it's been a year since we've talked to her, and she was just counting down the days to her release. So I'm pretty excited to reconnect and hear what life has brought to her since then.
Yeah, and the thing that I think's cool is she did her own audiobook that she recorded in her rig, off grid, camping out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
And she created a sound booth in her shower.
I think that's fabulous. I love that.
So awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So can't wait to hear what Angie Lee's got going on.
Okay. So let's go talk to Angie.
So it's great to reconnect with Angie Lee. Welcome back to the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So happy you're back with us.
Yeah, it's there's a lot that has been going on since the last time we talked.
Yeah. Well, one thing that we have discovered is how fast time flies, because I didn't realize it had been over a year since we chatted on the podcast until, we were going back and looking. I was like, wow, time flies so much. But when we chatted back then, there was a lot of buzz happening around you being prepared to release your book. I think you released it in June of 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we're just kind of checking in with you to see what's been happening since then.
Yeah, well, so since the last time we talked, I actually just celebrated my 1-year book birthday, which I'm very excited about.
Yay.
That's cool.
Yeah. So back in March when we talked, I was still kind of fine-tuning the last bits of my book. And I think it was May, I finished my book and got it through the editing process and to publishing. And I know that when I sent when it was supposed to be launched was the first day of summer.
Right.
So the book is called The Seasons That Shaped Me.
Mm-hmm.
And the book really traces the seasons of life through love, loss, and the road to healing. And so it was really important for me to get that out there on the first day of summer, because summer is my favorite season. And yeah, when it was time to publish, I was really worried and just about how the book would be received. I think that because it is a memoir, it is a very vulnerable thing to put your life out on paper and to know that it was being published around the world, available in print and, audiobook later on. So, yeah.
Well,
That had to be a lot.
yeah. Well, I mean, talking about releasing it the first day of summer and the title and so forth. I mean, from what we know about you and how we, see you put your life out on social media and stuff, or the experiences that you want to share on social media, you do everything with a particular intention in mind, from what we gather, and it's always done with good intention and in a beautiful way. So I can only imagine that you take that attention to detail and put it in your memoir. It had to have been received well by others, or they perceived the same thing.
Yeah. So I think I was kind of scared because thinking people might judge me, and there was a lot of negative self-talk going on. But what really surprised me was the number of people who just reached out and pulled at my heartstrings, just telling me that it impacted their life in a positive way, that it was deeply relatable, that I just pulled them into how I was experiencing things. And there were a lot of connections between the things that I thought I was experiencing alone at the time, when I was in the time and space, and to know that other people have experienced the same things, it kind of gave people this just knowing that they weren't alone and that somebody else had gone through the same thing or something similar. So I was really surprised and still surprised when people reach out and just were very impacted in a positive way.
I would imagine that would make you feel good knowing that you went through those stresses and how you were feeling, that I'm going to put this memoir out about, my experiences, and then people were getting such positive benefit from it and they shared that with you.
Yeah, I think that I really love helping people, and just knowing that I've helped some people through my story has been very rewarding. And as scared as I was to put it out there, I'm really, really thankful that I did, because I feel like even if I just impacted somebody in a positive way, just one person, but hands full of people, it's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And do you feel like, and maybe I'm not saying this correctly, but do you feel like writing the book and putting it out there has helped you in a positive way too?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. My writing style, I don't know if everybody writes this way, but I have the ability to kind of go back into that time and space. And so because there was loss and grief in the story, while I was writing it, it's interesting because I was able to kind of process some of the things in a different way. So, if you think about healing as like a spiral, you're going to come back and revisit different things over and over, but in a different healed space. And I feel like when I wrote the book, it helped process and heal even more than I thought I would.
Right. And now you said that it's going to be on Audible as well?
It actually is on Audible. It's on all of the audiobook platforms. I know that I prefer to listen to audiobooks because when I'm towing my Airstream, I love to listen to audiobooks. So it is on Audible, Spotify. I can't remember all of them, but all of the audiobook platforms have it.
This is great. Now, did you narrate it yourself? Did you read it?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, in the book, it talks about how I got to live full time in my 16-foot Airstream Bambi. But since then, I have upsized to a 28-foot Airstream Pottery Barn, and the Pottery Barn has a very small shower, and I converted that into my audio studio or my recording studio. Yeah. So I recorded the whole thing in my Airstream shower. And so, yeah.
Didn't the microphone get all wet and everything?
She didn't take a shower while she was recording.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Well, that's dedication right there.
Yes.
And and that's awesome to hear. And it's, to narrate it yourself is even more impactful, I would say. If it's Well,
that's what I was gonna say. I haven't listened to it on Audible. I need to do that because I can only imagine that while you're sitting there, reading this, recording this, that there has to be lots of emotion in your voice, and I feel like you would just pull me just right in, or the listener just right into the book with you. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there were a few times that I had to pause the recording because I would feel emotional about what came up, but I think that's good.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. Well, congratulations on that. I know that you are super excited about it, nervous about it, but congratulations. We're so happy for you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And the full-time travel's going well for you? Because I mean, you'd been doing it for a few years before we chatted with you the first time, right?
Yes. So I will be full-time 5 years in September.
Wow.
Great.
How about that?
Congratulations.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you going around to any kind of book tours, or are you not doing that yet?
I've considered it. I'm also kind of an introvert, so it makes it a little bit difficult and, traveling around. So, I know I need to and kind of want to. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that we run into you on the road somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that the book was a success, obviously,
Yes.
and helped people, and the audiobook component is always a good addition, and we chatted about your memoir when we had our last episode, but now that it's out into the world and so forth, we just wanted to have a few minutes to reconnect with you and check in and see how it went, and it's good to hear that it went very well.
Yes.
Yes. And I am finishing up my next book. So I'm
Oh.
hoping to have that launched by the end of the year.
I was about
Not
to
quite
ask what.
sure exactly.
Yeah,
Really?
I was about to ask what was next on the horizon, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're writing one now. Is it in a continuation or something totally different?
It's a continuation. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh, I can't wait to read
I mean,
that one.
you think about like living this kind of lifestyle, whether you're full-time Airstreamer or not, but especially if you are, and even in the example of being a solo traveler, the experiences and the locations and the beauty and the travel, how could you not have much more to put down on paper and share,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because even just since we've talked, so much has happened, and I've seen so many places and met so many people and so many experiences that I think a couple of the experiences that we chatted about last time will end up in the book. So.
Oh, good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So do you have a title for it yet, or is that still in the works?
I have some thoughts, but
Some ideas.
yeah,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. We might have to have you come back on to announce it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What's your summer look like? Do you just kind of wing it, or do you have a particular route path that you try to follow this time of year or anything? What's your travels going to look like this summer?
So right now I am just winging it. My dog just turned 15, and so I'm really sensitive about making sure she's cool enough. And because I do spend my time out boondocking and rarely have electric hookups, I need to just make sure that wherever we're at, it is following a path that has cool enough weather for her and her comfort.
That's cool. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And will you be going to Minot this year for the international?
Currently not.
Not.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. Yep. It'd probably be hot there anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all right. So we'll make sure in the description, anyone who's interested in your book or getting in touch with you, will have a link in there for them. Okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, Angie Lee, thank you so much.
You're wonderful.
Good talking to you again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me.
Absolutely. We appreciate you. And of course, we love your book. So we'll make sure that we do a shout out there for everybody.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Angie. We'll see you down the road. I'm pretty excited about chatting with Brian again because Brian Smith, he was on episode 56, which was September 11th of 25. And he was busy back then, but he's even busier now.
Well, absolutely. And here's the cool thing about Brian is that he reached out to us leading up to International last year. because we thought we were just going to chat with him about his seminar he was doing about doing a frame-off restoration of his vintage Airstream.
Which was pretty amazing. Yes, it was great.
But when he came in and recorded with us in person at International, he was actually our first recording of that rally. And we weren't really in the loop about his writing.
We weren't. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, yeah, I wrote a book.
I wrote a couple books.
Maybe 2, 3, 4.
And they're awesome.
They are fantastic. And it was a lot of fun to sit down and talk with him. He takes adventures and misadventures and turns them into stories. And it's a lot of fun just to chat with him.
He's so creative.
He is.
And attention to detail and everything about him is awesome. So this chat it's always a lot of fun when you chat with Brian. Great guy and wonderful author.
He is.
So check out our chat with him. So we're glad to have him back. We can't wait to chat. Welcome, Brian. Welcome back to the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Glad you're here, Brian.
Thank you.
Yes.
I am so glad to be back on the podcast. It's funny. I personally didn't know of the podcast before my first interview. And honestly, I've listened to every single one since then.
Very cool.
It's been, it was one of those, I didn't know I loved it because I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
So I am happy to be on here once more.
Oh, well, thanks.
Good.
Well, I hope we were entertaining for you. That's our goal, to be entertaining. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Have a little fun. Have a few laughs.
Yeah, why not?
Talk a little
Life's too
Airstream.
short not to. That's right. But it seems like you've been pretty busy since we last talked. And if you don't mind, just kind of give us an update on the release of, now I think you've got 4 books out there, if I'm counting correctly. And just let us know what you've been up to.
Yeah. So I have been very busy in the writing world, in my professional career, as well as even like what vehicles I have and currently drive.
Yeah.
With the books, I now have 4 books. I believe when we were talking last, I just had the 3. Accidental Hero: The Misadventures of Ranger Chin was released, I believe, after that first podcast. So that makes the 4. So I've got Aluminum and Dust, which is about my first year on the road. It seemed like a good idea at the time, which is just full of RV mishaps and silly situations you'd never find yourself in, but if you did, how to fix that situation.
Right.
Confessions of a KOA Golf Cart, which it's a book written from the perspective of a KOA golf cart, which just recently, within the past couple of months or so, I had it converted into a audiobook narrated by the great Bradley Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He really brought life to that book. I started to narrate it myself, but I realized that a tin can is kind of hard to do narration in, which I'm sure you guys know all of the troubles of of trying to narrate in a tin can. And so I farmed that out. And so I went through all of these auditions, and some of them were okay. Some of them were obviously AI voices. And then I hit Bradley Walker. And so I was like, oh, this is the guy. So I took that audition and I sent it to a few friends that know about my books. And half of them said, I think that is this you? Like, so he sounds very similar to me. But so that was a nice surprise that I found somebody that carried a similar voice and a similar way of telling the story than I did. So that one is currently live.
I have to tell you, I have to just tell you that, we left the Carolinas, headed west towards Colorado recently. And that audiobook was our go-to for 3 days of travel.
Yeah.
And
nice.
It was awesome.
It was great.
I mean, not only was, obviously the story was great,
mm-hmm.
but he changed his voices for different characters, and like you knew, and just everything about it was amazing. And such a creative story from that perspective, and the progression of, I just can't even come to words with
it was
how
about
fun it was to listen to.
It was about the golf cart, but
Yeah.
it was about life too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for
yes.
sure.
Yeah, and so that went so well, and I was so impressed by his work that I just hired him again to do Aluminum and Dust.
Very nice.
So
Oh.
that is currently in production. That will be finished by the time that Minot rolls around.
Great.
And then also working on volume 2 of Aluminum and Dust.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because it's the second year on the road. So,
Yep.
But there's a little bit of background between Aluminum and Dust Volume 2. So the first one, I kind of wrote as I was going along, like making notes. And sometimes I would just sit down and just go through all my photos and like rekindle those stories from my photo roll. And so when it come time to do Aluminum Dust Volume 2, I realized, oh my gosh, I'm late. I should have already been writing this. So professionally, I work with AI. I'm the lead technical consultant / chief science officer at my company regarding AI.
Wow.
And so I thought, how can AI help me do this without writing it for me? So I had AI connect to my photo roll. I gave it my curated list of the campground stays that I've stayed at with the little notes beside them. And it then took all of that data, cross-referenced where I was at, when the photos were taken, with the notes taken in the spreadsheet, and it gave me a draft of the book.
Like Cliff Notes, kind of.
Yeah. So it gave me the writing prompts. You were here during this time. These photos looks like you may have bought another truck. Hint, hint. And it goes through the entire process to kind of kick me in the butt so I can get writing faster.
Right.
And I'm not stuck with the writer's block.
Very neat.
So I'm hoping, if I have some time, I'm hoping to have that one wrapped up and at least on Amazon Kindle before Minot.
Did you and your AI prompt get into any kind of disagreements about that information? Like, did you say, no, I did not, I was not there then? And,
No, it was pretty good. Although I do a lot of screenshots, and sometimes, with I've got my good friends Rachel and Leon. We're constantly texting back and forth and sending each other silly pictures we find on the internet. And sometimes it would catch one of those and be like, "Oh, you traveled to Paris during this week." I'm like, "No, that was a random screenshot from something else."
Yeah.
So it's got to have a little bit of context. I did learn to. I did have it learn to minimize those by looking at the image. It's called EXIF data, EXIF, which has the GPS coordinates of where the photo was taken. So it kind of omits everything that's not within like a 200-mile radius of where that campground was.
That's cool.
So yeah, you can always just kind of like fine tune it.
Yeah.
But which also leads me onto the next step of vehicles. So 2 vehicle updates. If you read Aluminum and Dust, I started with an F-150. And then when I was in Sedalia, I had the crazy idea, hey, I need a 2500 diesel. And so I was still upside down in the F-150. I couldn't trade it in. So I wound up with 2 trucks and 2 truck payments.
Oh, boy.
So the F-150 has been at my nephew's place in Nashville, just rented out on Turo this entire time. And the Silverado 2500 diesel that I had was a wonderful truck. I went from Flagstaff to San Jose for a work trip and spent $750 in fuel and decided, all right, I'm in the world of AI. I'm in the world of tech. This is what I live and breathe and do. It's time for me to jump on the EV bandwagon. So my new tow vehicle is a 2025 Silverado EV pickup truck.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it tows really well. There's no range anxiety, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, on social media.
And it can still kick up some dust. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you believe that truck weighs more than my diesel 2500 did?
Wow.
Really?
Man.
Wow.
It's with it being empty, it weighs 8,950 pounds.
Good gracious. Wow.
So now how far can you go
Yes.
on a charge with that when you're towing?
I've gone, so my first real long tow. So I went from Joshua Tree, California, up here to Seattle, Washington. Actually, Olympia is where the Airstream's at. So I made a 3-day run. I forget how many, I guess like 450 miles a day is something what I was averaging out. But between charges, I can get 120, 130 with like a 50 to 80 mile reserve.
Yeah.
Since it was the first real big trip, I was playing it real conservative on how much charge I had left. I could probably get, 150, 160 if I, cut it a little bit closer.
Hey, I mean,
totally
our old Toyota Tundra that we had, because of its small gas tank it had in it, we were only going about 120 miles between stops.
Yeah.
But that's really
so
cool.
now you're going to have to write a book about this truck and your journey.
It'll be part of volume 2, maybe.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be in volume 2 because I got the truck and I made that trip before the end of volume 2 which would be June 4th.
See, listener,
and then,
listener.
Also back to the F-150. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, listener, see how like he has always got something creative going on.
Something,
taking it to the next levels. Put, something dynamic is always happening with Brian Smith.
Well, he is not afraid of adventuring.
No way. Yeah. Go ahead.
And speaking of adventuring, literally coming up on Wednesday. So what? 5 days from now, something like that. I'm jumping on a plane to Nashville, and I'm going to go sell my F-150, go hang out and be a tourist for a week, and then fly back.
Very cool.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
So
there for a minute, I thought you said you were going to jump out of a plane. I'm like, don't jump out of a plane.
Jump on a plane.
Yeah.
I would not jump out of a perfectly good plane.
No, me either.
That's great.
Now, if the plane was going down, that's a different story. But yeah,
that's different. That's different.
Well, I guess with just from an Airstreamer perspective, traveling, writing, all that kind of stuff. I can only assume that you're going to you're going to come to International and have your books and everything. I mean, what's your plans for that big rally?
Yes, good point bringing that up. So I'm going to have a booth in the expo hall. I'm going to bring, I forget how many. I've never done an expo. I don't know how many books to bring.
Yeah.
So I think I'm bringing, I can't remember how many I ordered. It's either 50 or 100 of each copy. So there should be plenty of books. If they're not, I'll try to order some quickly.
Yeah.
for the rest of the days. But yeah, and then also I have a special discounted rate for the audiobooks that you can download with your phone or whatnot. And then also if you haven't got the books already and you want to go ahead and grab one, if you wait for Mine Not, they'll be cheaper than you can buy them on Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Well, and
it's always better to buy straight from the author anyway.
It is because listener, you need to get Brian Smith's signature because like he's already kind of like Airstream famous a little bit, and it's with these books and everything. The next thing you know, he's going to be like running SpaceX or something. Like, I mean, he's the kind of guy that could do that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, so you need to get his signature in one of his books.
I like that.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, we can't wait to see you at International. And last year you did a seminar on restoring your vintage Airstream. You had your books out, but you didn't participate in the vendor hall, right? So this will be the first time you do that.
Yeah, and it's funny you mention it because I did the talk there, and it was so for the Confessions of the KOA golf cart, and I believe it seemed like a good idea at the time. They were delivered to me at York, the first physical copies of those books, and I think I had 10 of each, and like a few aluminum and dust still hanging out, and I took them to that talk. And I did the talk, and I was like, "Hey, thanks for hanging out. I've got these books up here. I just want to get them in people's hands. Just come and pick one up and take it with you." They were gone in like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
wow.
Like it was a rush up there to get them. So I'll have more of them there. Not giving them away this time,
No.
but they'll be there at the booth. Come say hi. Talk to me about EV towing. One of the things that I wanted to do this year was to do another talk, but I missed the cutoff date.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to get a panel of EV owners.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get somebody with, I've got the Silverado. I wanted to get somebody with a Rivian, somebody with a Cybertruck, somebody with a Lightning.
Yep.
So we could be up there answering anybody's questions they had about EV towing.
Right.
But I missed the cutoff date. So maybe we'll look at doing that next year.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, as each year progresses, that's going to become more and more of a interesting topic. No question.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trucks are getting much more capable every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, Brian, it sounds like you have a lot going on still, and I'm just super excited that you have another book coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is going to be great. We enjoy all your books, so thank you for that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, we thank you for giving us a little bit of time. We can't wait to see you in a few months at International. This episode is going to obviously be released before Minot, so they'll be able to be a little bit of buzz leading up to
Absolutely.
having people visit you at the vendor hall. So that's great.
Yeah, you may have people saying, "Okay, I want your book
Nice.
now. I don't want to wait."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, don't forget.
That's fine too.
Yes.
Yeah, and listener, just for this podcast only, if you use coupon code Riveted Podcast, Brian will charge you 10% more. And
all right, Chris. All right, that's not how that works. That's funny. Yeah, don't forget we're having our happy hour somewhere at the rally this year, so you'll have to come.
I
and
hope it.
And
Yes,
hopefully
I'll
you
be
won't
there.
have any books left, but if you do, bring them, and
Yeah,
you
be
can do a
cool.
little
Yes.
signing there too.
Well, enjoy your summer, and we'll
Yes.
see you in a few months. Thanks for the time today and
Yeah,
the update.
thanks for catching us up.
And best of luck
absolutely.
to you.
I can't wait.
All right,
All right.
we appreciate you. We'll see you down the road.
All right. See ya.
Our next author is a gentleman that we met at International last year, and great guy. He and his wife, super fun couple, and you could just tell that he's a polished author, accomplished author.
Yes, he is.
And so we listened to his audiobook driving down the road, his first book.
Right
and-
after International.
Yeah, and there were times that I was driving, but I was distracted.
Yeah, you're losing yourself in the story.
I was losing myself in the
Yeah.
story to where I had to mentally make sure that I was focused on driving.
Like
it was,
we had to actually turn it off for a little bit
It was-
because we're like, okay, we don't want to miss anything.
it was that good.
Yeah. No, he is a fabulous author. And so anyone who has been to the past two rallies either has met him, Andrew, or they have already seen and read his books, because at each rally, it was really cool. He introduced a new book for the past 2 years. And so his first book that he introduced was Fortunate Son. And then last year, he introduced A Noble Sin. And what he didn't know at the time was he was starting a series of the Emma Noble series. And I guess he didn't really, in the podcast he talks about, he didn't really realize that's what it was going to be, but it's turned into that, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, and Andrew Bridgman is his name. He was on episode 68, which was December the 4th of last year. And awesome conversation. You got to go back and check that out, because it's, if you really want to hear some depth to an author's kind of process, that conversation really went into that a lot. And he's very smooth, very cool guy, and awesome books.
So unfortunately, he could not record with us. So Chris and I are just going to give you a little plug about what's been going on with Andrew and what's happening. But he has a third book. Yes, you heard me right. He has a third book. It will be released on September 24th. So he's not going to be at International this year. He's had some unexpected life stuff happen that's going to keep him away from International. But his book release will be September 24th. And the name of the book is Noble Reckoning. I'm super, super excited to get this book in my hands.
Given what the story of the other two,
Yes.
I can only imagine what this third book's going to be.
Yes. And I think I can give a little hint here that He's writing as we speak. So there's might be a fourth one.
Yeah.
We'll let Andrew announce that later if he wants. But anyway.
The thing that I think's neat about Andrew too is he has a really great newsletter that comes out regularly. He lets people know where he's going to be for book signings and readings. And
and he's an international author because on one of his last newsletters, he was talking about being in Germany.
Yeah.
So him and his wife, Kathy, went to Germany and toured and got to go through the bookstores. And he's talked about how cool it was to see his book and his name on the book there in the bookstore in Germany. Like that was pretty phenomenal for him. I could only imagine what that would feel like. But Andrew could not be with us, and we just want to give a big shout out to him and Kathy, and we'll miss you at Minot, but we are looking so forward to that book release.
Yeah, so his 2 books that are out now, you can get through his website or other retailers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the 3rd one's coming out in September, and you got to read them in a series.
And what's really cool about something that he's doing, Chris, is that what he calls it, I think, is the street team. So the people who are kind of like in his subscribe to his newsletter, or he has a book club that he does. He does all kinds of cool, fun things, and you can check that all out on his website. But he's doing a thing called the street team. So be watching social media and stuff like that, because you're going to start seeing a lot of posts of what's happening in Andrew's world, with his book release coming up soon.
Yeah. So his website's andrewbridgman.com. You can check out everything he has to offer right there. And then he's got some great social media on Instagram, and we would encourage you to check out his socials. He's being very transparent about what he and his wife are going through with this chapter in his life, and some struggles. And we'll let his message be shared through social media that way. But we encourage you to check that out, because they're being very open with everybody about what they're going through, and they are going through it with their chin up and with tremendous positivity.
Yes, and lots of support behind them.
Correct.
So,
yes.
Cheers to them.
Yep. Lots of love, Andy and Kath, and
we miss you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So, all right.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for the next book. But hey, we couldn't get him on. But you know what? Maybe we'll get him on after the book release, and he can let us know what's happening.
Right.
Yes. All right. So moving right along.
Our final author is a lady that, she has.
It's hard to put words in your mouth for this, isn't there?
It kind of is. I mean, she's just, she has a life plan that she's following that is so unique and cool. And she's so positive and very inspirational in the way that she shares her memoir and her book out to the world.
Yes, but she has a phrase that she uses, and I love that phrase.
Correct. And I think that anybody that gets exposed to this phrase will have a slightly different and more positive perspective about RV life.
I agree.
And living a traveling life.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Yeah. And with that being said, she's actually doing a talk at the rally, and it's called
Coddywampling.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I love that. Coddywampling. I can't even say it.
Coddywampling.
Coddywampling. I love it.
That's what she calls her Airstream, Coddy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
And the phrase "coddywomple" is a description of how you travel, and traveling with purpose.
With purpose.
And she traveling with purpose without plans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, that just fits right in our wheelhouse, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I love that. But Christy is a lot of fun. I hope that you will check out her speech at our talk. I shouldn't say speech, but her talk at the International. But right now, let's go talk to her. Yeah. Oh, we need to announce when she was. She was episode 72, and that was January 8th of this year. And actually that was right before the can opener rally, the first rally of the year in January. And I think she did a little talk there with her book release because it was happening right after we had her on the podcast. So I can't wait to hear what she has to say today.
Yeah, our podcast kind of was one of the aspects of her book launch strategy.
That's correct.
And she had a good one. She did a lot of Zoom-based things and different book signings and readings and events, and she'll tell us all about it. But yeah, Christy Halverson is our last author of this episode, so enjoy this. So, Gina, this author, I think, has, of all of our authors, has one of the coolest words associated with her of all.
She sure does.
And
yes.
yeah, you know, I mean, writing is about words.
Well, yes.
Yeah. And this is just an awesome word.
Yeah. And do you remember it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cottywomple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. What a way to live, right?
Yeah. Listener, we've got with us Christy Halverson. She was with us in January 8th to be exact, on episode 72, and it was titled Cottywomple. And she's back with us to talk about how things have been since the book released, and we're just so glad to have her back. So, Christy, welcome to the Riveted with Chris and Gina again.
Welcome, Christy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to be back. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. I know that the last time we spoke, your book release was just a few weeks away. There was a lot of excitement and stuff going on around, you know, buzzing and stuff around you and what all you had coming up. So we just wanted to check in with you and see how it went and what's been happening since then.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a ride. You know, we released the episode right as in the middle of can opener. And, you know, can opener is the beginning of the Airstream rally season for the year. And it was the beginning of my big book tour.
Right.
I showed up at can opener, was able to stay for one day, and but I was having too much fun. So I actually slept on the couch of one of my Airstream friends while I was there, and stretched it out to a day and a half the next day. But it was a great time and a wonderful way to kind of kick off the book tour. And then the book was launched on the 21st of January. And my mom, who was such a special part of my life and a big part of the book, she actually passed away 30 hours before the book launched.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So let's just say my book launch did not go as planned, and I had to cottywomble it.
Yeah.
But you know what? One of my sweetest friends, and I can't remember who it was, but I have a feeling it was an Airstreamer, said, you know, your mom wanted to be with you for the launch of your book, and she wanted to go on tour with you, and she knew the only way she could was in spirit.
Oh.
And that just touched my heart. Believe it or not, I stayed with Airstream friends for the first month. And, you know, I usually travel alone out in the wilderness, but my tour started in Atlanta. I had 3 book events in Atlanta, and then a couple more in North Georgia. And I stayed in Airstream friends' driveways that I've made in the last, 9 years of travel. So
Right.
that was a true gift.
Yeah. Well, that is how the Airstream community kind of works, right?
Right. It is.
I love that. I'm sorry about your mom. And I know that you two were very, very close. And that had to be a trying time for you in the middle of all this. But I think just having spoke to you before on the last episode and stuff and getting to know you is that I think that you have prepared yourself with your whole experience with the Cottywomple and your book, The Perfect Unfolding. And I hope that helped you through that time. I hope so anyway.
If you can Cottywomple, you can get through anything.
That's true. And I tell you what, my book, I didn't realize, I thought I was writing the book to share a really incredible physical adventure and, personal and spiritual adventure.
Right.
And I knew it would touch many people, but what I wasn't expecting was what it did for me, because through my, all these book events, I reread the book and made talking points, and I got so much out of what I shared in the book because, The Perfect Unfolding, it's the title comes from, because my theory is that we're living in the midst of the grand, perfect unfolding, even when it really doesn't feel perfect in the moment. And I had to test out my theory,
Right.
because that pretty much, January, February, March, it did not feel perfect at all. It was a really, really hard time for me. And yet I cottywompled it. And, I wasn't expecting to have so many friends along the book tour journey. And, through posting on Facebook and people just kind of keeping track of me, I kept having invites. And my destination for the summer was New Hampshire. And I knew it'd take about 2 months to get from Florida to New Hampshire the way I travel. But it did. I left in mid-May and I got to New Hampshire I left Florida in mid-March, got to New Hampshire mid-May. And I only spent 2 nights by myself that whole time.
Wow.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was all unplanned. Nothing, I had my first stop planned, but other than that, it was all unplanned. And I just feel like I even say, I wonder if Mom had something to do with that, because it was really good for me to be with people, have dinners, hang out by campfires, you name it. It was a great time. And the book launch, actually, considering I kind of felt like I dropped the ball and just, did what I had planned, but really didn't do all that I thought I would, it went really well. And it's been an incredible experience. And I've gone to several rallies. I was at Can Opener. I was at Region 4. I was at the Spring Fling in North Georgia at
oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was all over the place in several Airstream events and many, many non-Airstream events. And it was just incredible. And my favorite part was when I got somewhere and people had already read the book. And man, the questions were just so rich.
Oh yeah, I bet so.
Oh, that's great.
Well, I bet that made for wonderful conversation.
Yes.
It did. And I tell you what, each of my book events, most of the time people haven't read the book. That's the point of having the event. And the conversations are rich. Like I remember Region 4 was probably the largest crowd. I'm thinking there was about 75 there. And I just remember looking out in the audience and seeing people wiping tears from their eyes. And this was tears from, we weren't talking about my mom. We were talking about the book. These were happy, being touched tears.
Right.
And that's my hope, that this book touches people. And it does. Just talking about it touches people, and reading it really can just change your whole perspective on the adventure that we know of as Airstreamers, the physical adventure and the adventure of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, what we're doing with this episode, and, the listeners should pick up on it, is each one of these authors that we're going to have on this episode obviously is an Airstreamer.
Yes.
And there's something about owning an Airstream that can cause your life to change for the better. There's experiences that you have. There's, any and all of those type of
from everything
aspects.
From being on the road to the community,
everything
it can change your life.
Yeah, and so between writing a book like you did about some amazing, epic life experiences, just knowing that a lot of these events you're going to, and the people that are surrounding you at these events, a lot of them are Airstreamers. They have the same kind of perspective of how they want to receive those experiences,
Yes.
And that's good. You did some real creative book launch events. Like you did a lot of Zoom-based readings and launches and things like that, right? So how did that get received?
Really well. And, it's this, to me, it is fun being in person, but doing things online, you can still have the depth of conversation. Just because you're sitting behind a screen doesn't mean you can't connect. So it's been great. And I tell you what, I feel like they feed off each other. And, you mentioned Airstreamers, and it popped to mind while you were talking. I've had 2 events that had nothing to do with Airstream where Airstreamers showed up. And one, I didn't even know they were an Airstreamer.
That's cool.
They said, hey, we met at Vinny's pop-up rally last year. I think that was in like November or something in Florida. And this was near Atlanta. And the husband and wife, they had read the book. They remembered me from Vinny's. And then they just happened to find an event in Atlanta and came.
Wow.
And I said something about Airstream, and they're like, yeah, we were Airstreamers and we met you in Quincy, Florida. And I was like, what? And then just last week, this is a cute story. So I sell calendars, and somebody had bought a calendar last fall, and I just happened to be in New Hampshire in the town they were from. And I was like, what the heck? Because I'm on the move. How did someone from the town I'm in right now order online? And so I texted the woman, and I was in the grocery store. I texted her when I saw the order come in, and I said, I'm in your town. I'm at Hannaford's grocery store. And she's like, my husband is right down the street. Can I have him meet you?
Wow.
And so this, they're an Airstream couple, and the husband met me 10 minutes later in the grocery store parking lot, and I hand gave him the calendar.
Wow.
And then I had an event last week in the same small town in New London, New Hampshire. And so I searched my texts for the grocery store name, because I remember I sent that, and I found it. And I couldn't even remember her name, but I texted her. I said, I don't know if you remember me, but you bought my calendar, and I have a book event on Thursday in your town. And she wrote back, of course, remember you, and we're coming. And they showed up, and their names are Joanne and Chris, and they live in New London, New Hampshire. And I'm just like, that's Airstream family right there.
Yes, it
That's
is.
awesome. Yeah.
And shout out to them right now. Yeah, that's great.
We're recording this here in the early part of the summer, and obviously summer travel season's getting going, summer book reading, beach reads or whatever that is, that vibe is. But I guess my question in that from a timing perspective is, what have you got coming up this summer with regards to book promotion or just travels, anything like that?
Well, I'm in New Hampshire. I plan to stay here for a couple months. I'm here until early August, and then I'm going to book it west. So I normally go real slow. I mean, it took me 2 months to make a 24-hour drive, and and I think I'm going to drive to Minot in record time. Or I don't know if I say it right. Minot?
Minot, yeah.
Well, here's the cool thing is, we just had an episode release that is from a gentleman that lives in Canada, and he pronounces it Minot.
Minot, okay.
Yeah. And then, but most all the other folks that we've talked to say Minot.
I'll say Minot. So,
Minot.
But yeah, I'm gonna.
I kind of like Minot though.
It doesn't matter.
It sounds all proper. And
It does.
So anyway, it is exciting to hear. You're going to be at International then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I've got 2 talks there. One's Introduction to Cottywomppling, and it's for seasoned cottywomplers and new cottywomplers alike. And then another one, I forget the name of it, but it has to do with my book.
Very
so I'll
cool.
be talking twice at Minot,
Yeah.
and then I'm just going to do a kind of a circle around the West. I'm going to end up at the balloon rally in New Mexico in October.
Very cool.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
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 So, but and there's going to be book events along the way.
Yeah. I know. I think it's wonderful. We're going to be at Minot also. And I'm going to try to make that the talk that you're doing. It all depends on what we have going on, but I'm going to try to make that talk that you're doing. And we encourage all listeners who are going to be in Minot to do the same, because Christy is an amazing, amazing individual. And we appreciate everything that you have done with the Airstream and for the Airstream community with your book, Perfect Unfolding, Christy.
Yeah, you just put it all out there on the table, and the book is awesome, and anybody that reads it can easily pick up on the message.
Yes.
And you gotta read it. So
much life and energy in you. It's amazing.
Yep. Thanks for giving us some time, and we can't wait to see you in a few months here at Minot.
Minot, you gonna start saying Minot? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and we're gonna do our best this year to have another happy hour there at the rally. So be sure to come and check that out too.
Yeah,
awesome! I can't wait to give you a real life hug.
Yes, it'll be so nice, won't it? I can't wait.
Yes.
It'll be exciting.
Thanks, Christy.
Thank you, Christy, and we'll see you down the road.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, listener.
There's our 5 authors from our podcast over the past couple years.
Wasn't that fun just to catch up with them?
Absolutely. But we're going to switch gears here for just a minute.
I love switching gears.
And share one other unique thing with everybody that...
I don't think we've ever talked about this, really.
Not really. We haven't. And Gina, you're going to do better at it than me to explain it. But it's just, if anybody's listening to this episode, I would assume they enjoy reading.
Well, I would think so, yes.
Yeah. So you might dig this too.
Or they just love hearing us talk.
Maybe a little of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, before there was a podcast, Chris and I traveled around and we held out, camp outs and get-togethers and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of interesting people. Just love it, and we still do.
It was all born from kind of what everybody went through with COVID. It started a little bit before then, but it got stronger during COVID. We were responsible for hosting social-based Zoom events during COVID for a RV website, and that community grew tremendously.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden the website just fell apart, and it was up to Gina and I to keep that community of friends together. And that's kind of how the Riveted Fox community was born.
Correct.
And so...
But when you have something like that, you have to entertain them.
Yeah, you can't just sit on Zoom and drink.
You can't. I mean, you can for a certain amount of time, but...
Yeah.
I mean, we held over 800 Zooms, no lie, over 800 Zooms. We got pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But we were very entertaining in our Zooms. We had game nights. We had... I don't even know. We had musicians come in, all kinds of fun things come in. But one thing we came up with was a writing club.
And that came from a book club. It started with a book club.
It did.
But then a lot of the people that were in the book club also enjoyed creative writing.
A little creative writing, yeah.
And Gina had this amazing
idea. And no one's trained. No one was trained. No, this was just whatever came out of our heads, right?
Yeah, but Gina had this awesome idea. And it turned into what we're about to share with you.
Oh, thanks. You thought it was awesome?
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I thought, okay, what can we do? So I emailed everybody and I said, hey, here's a writing prompt. Who would be interested in writing? And I got quite a bit of feedback, maybe 10, 12, I don't know, a dozen people said, yeah, I want to try that. So we started writing. I would give a prompt. And then each person or a couple, if they were a couple, they could write individually or together, but then they would write a short story, whatever the prompt was, whatever their story was. And so we would come up with 10 different stories or, however many writers we had. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, once we got all the stories, I compiled those stories together and we all, I shared them and everybody got to read everybody's story and we got to talk about it and it was a lot of fun. Then from that, decided to have somebody go in and edit them just a little bit, not change the story, but just kind of clean it up a little bit for spelling, grammar, punctuation. We're not perfect. The books aren't perfect. These aren't, high-end books at all, but we do.
They're super fun reads.
They are
quick
reads. They're very quick reads, but we have 8 books that we have published. And I'm just going to give you the titles real quick.
And these are in audiobook form only.
Yes.
Not audiobook, excuse me.
No.
Digital book.
Mm-hmm.
Digital book. Yep.
Yes. The only place you can find them is on our website, and Chris will tell you about that. But challenge, and these are by challenges. So challenge 1 was Knock Knock. Challenge 2 was Gone Mad. Challenge 3 was Never Be the Same. Challenge 4, Misdelivered. Challenge 5, Strange Reception. Challenge 6, The Elevator. Challenge 7, In the Shadows. And Challenge 8, The One That Got Away. And then we had another challenge, but that one hasn't been published yet.
But either one, all of these books, there was a particular prompt, and everybody created their own story from that. So the challenge title is kind of an overall theme that all the individual short stories inside that book, everybody wrote their own unique short story, and it's kind of, I mean, it's not the same, but it's kind of like the Reader's Digest kind of. Right?
Kind of. It's just little short stories.
But
everybody came up with their own, and we just enjoyed it.
But it's all written by RVers, a lot of which are full-time RVers.
All across the country.
And it's not only about RVing. I mean, the stories come from their creativity.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun project.
Yeah.
And, each one of them is totally unique. Gina did cover art for each one of them herself. She did the page layouts. She did some imagery inside the books.
I did.
They're well done. And
thank you.
And officially published.
They are.
With all the credentials necessary.
They are.
And awesome stuff there.
Yeah, I think you can get all 8 of these for like under $25, and you're getting somewhere between 8 to 12, 15 stories in each book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so on our website, therivetedfox.com, we have a merch store area, and inside the merch store are these books that you're able to download straight from our website.
Yeah, I think they're under the creative writing thing or something.
Yeah, and they're formatted to where they'll work inside your e-reader and Kindle and Apple Books.
I think, don't you have to pick which one you have?
When you go through the choice to pick the book, it gives you the file format style. But just rivetedfox.com, click on merch, and then there is a way you can sort through all the merch. But down in the very bottom is a box for ebooks, and you'll find them all there. And we have.
Let me say something real quick. If you hover, you'll see the cover art, but then if you'll hover over it, it kind of flips, and you can read the back of the cover and give you an idea of what's going on. Yeah.
It's cool. Check it out. Hope you like it.
Yeah. Anyway, we just wanted to throw that in there to let you know that there are RVers out there who have written some short stories that are pretty damn good. So go check them out. It's a lot of fun.
Listener, hope you enjoyed this episode. Gina, great idea to do this.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
I like it.
And, and as we, are approaching our 100th episode and just coming up on a couple years now, we've had lots of great guests, lots of great conversations on our podcast up to this point, and we just wanted to put this back out. We knew that some of the authors had some new stuff happening, and we, instead of having them back on for a second episode, like in its entirety, we thought this would be a great way to combine everybody together in one session.
Just to do a little update.
I mean, it's been a long episode, but you've basically listened to 4 different conversations and a lot of other good stuff. So
good stuff.
Yeah. So hope you enjoyed it, and we are fingers crossed on having a epic, amazing guest for our 100th episode coming up.
Yes, keep your fingers crossed, everybody.
Put out some good vibes, fingers crossed. And if by chance that doesn't happen, then
you might be stuck with us.
You're shit out of luck.
Yeah. That would suck, but it's okay.
It'll be all right.
We're gonna have a great time no matter what we do.
We will.
Yes.
And we hope that you do. We hope you enjoy listening to these podcasts. Travel down the road, enjoy your summer travels. Take us along with you on the ride.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon. We're going before you know it, it's going to be the International Rally in Minot, North Dakota. We'll be there in person. We'll be able to visit, hang out.
Cheers once or twice.
Or more.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
And if you've not ever been on our podcast and you'd like to come record with us and tell your story, then hit us up. I mean, you can go ahead and let us know now because we are booking this now.
Yeah, we do need to book some time slots now for international for recording. We'd reach out to us, send us an email, info@therivetedfox.com.
Yes, we still have some slots left, so jump on in.
We'll do that. We are also going to do, like we did last year, we're going to have a booth on Tuesday at the vendor hall at International. We're going to have the mics hot, leave them open all day, and just let people sit down and chat with us about how they're enjoying the rally.
So I don't know what the actual date is, do you? But whatever that Tuesday date is at the rally, what we do is re-record. You just stop by for a couple minutes and record something, and then that is the episode that will be aired that Thursday, correct?
As long as I can get it turned around that quick.
Get on it. What are you talking about?
It worked last year.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
You'll do it. You'll do it.
Yeah.
I know you. I have faith in you, Chris.
So we hope to see you at Minot. If you're not going to be there, then we'll just see you down the road as soon as we can. Reach out to us, send us a note, send us a message, and check out our socials. Check out our Patreon community. We've got some amazing stuff happening there. Just got finished putting the final touches on putting the Riveted After Dark,
which aired last night.
So we are moving and shaking.
We are. Oh, are you shaking? Shaking in your boots. Shaking in your boots.
All right, everybody.
We love
you
you.
Big time.
Yep. And we'll see you down the road.
We've come a long way, and I only say goodbye because, we never say goodbye on a caravan, but we'll be seeing you down the road.